put my notebook down here. All right, let me get your name to start.
It's Widow Tuggz.
All right, and is that what you prefer I call you?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one of those
so
moments where I wish there
run
was
over,
like
shot, and now almost run over again. As as cliche
you
as
could
this
move the
question might
camera
seem,
out, like
how does
pan
that
it,
actually make you feel, just in general?
like almost dying type shit, dude. Can we
Is that
sit over
physically,
here?
mentally? Yeah.
Okay, that's better.
So is that physically dying, emotionally dying, mentally dying, or all of the above?
Everything. It feel like my entire body ending, like my life is over type shit, dude. Like it's like I've never done nothing, dude. I've got like such a queen record, and it's like, it's like yo, just cause I, talk, you know, it all started a long time ago. My 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 uncle, dude, Mr. K, he was like a budding business. He had, real estate industry, and he was becoming a very powerful man. He was like, you ever heard of Black Walk? He was like the next Black Walk,
Yes.
dude.
Okay.
And Wami, he was like a royal, and like he was murking all the police in the courthouse, dude. Like, yo, they'd come in and he'd be like, yo, dude, you wrong, dude. And the
Wasn't he
judge
like
like,
27-0 for the longest time?
yeah, that's right. And so, Wami took me under his wing, and I became his, like, his legal aid, and I was learning all the law stuff. I wasn't really good at it, but like, I listening and I, trying or whatever. And and my uncle Benny, he was like doing mechanic stuff. And then all of a sudden one day, a bunch of stuff happened. I don't know all the details because like I only heard some of the story. And it's like ever since then, dude, it's like it feels like the police are always watching. They might be right over outside the door right now. They might have followed us here, dude.
No, you're all right. There was no police that followed us. See, the good thing is their cars, they're very noticeable. There's no unmarked police cruiser, so it's very easy to catch them. We're just fine.
That's not true.
Oh, is it?
2 days ago, I was doing my Guam one, and I pull up to get some packages at the courthouse, and I pull over to the side, and all of a sudden this white SUV pop out of nowhere and slam into me, and they're like, so what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, oh my god, like, yo, bro. And I'm like, yo, dude, I didn't see you there, dude. I'm just parking on the side over here. And it was Swax and this lady, dude. And they were just screaming, and I'm like trying to explain myself, like, no, so what the fuck, dude? Oh my god. And I was like, yo, dude, I'm just doing my civilian job, yo. I'm just like, and they were just screaming and stuff, and then they drove off. They didn't even see if I okay, dude. And then
So just a general amount of disregard for your safety and well-being.
yeah. But ever since Wami lost his like, longer a whale or something, um, and stuff, like I was like, yo, what can I do, dude? Cause now I'm lost. I started watching the YouTube videos, like during that time, and there's First Amendment auditing. They like do like go around and they like film police interactions, and like also they film like in the public area and stuff like that. So I took
Yeah, to
my
make sure no
camera.
one's rights are being violated and everything.
Exactly. I started my own YouTube channel. It's got an entire 8 subscriber, dude. Yeah, that's what's up, dude. And like, I started to like record all kinds of stuff. And to go over some of them, I saw this guy at Senior Bun, he like stabbed a cop, right? And so the police ended up opening fire on him. That's like, okay, I get that, right? The dude just stabbed the cop, dude. And he's still holding the knife and all that. But they started blasting him. And then they blasted into the crowd of people across the sidewalk. And one of the civilian went down. And I got it all on recording, dude. And also afterwards, all the cops left. They left one cop behind, dude. While this guy bleeding out on the ground. And the rest of the cops like, oh, whatever, dude. My job done here. The guy didn't do anything. He was just across the street, the other person. And then I had another one. Like I saw forehead and Anto Murphy. They were like being questioned by the police, and I see that. I take out the camera, start recording. The cops are like, hey, you can't record, dude. You can't record, dude. I'm like, what you mean, dude? It's my First Amendment right, dude. And they're like, no, you got to go like all the way over there. And so I went back because they didn't want us to hear like anything. So I went back. And then the police came. They're like, you can't be filming here. That's illegal. And I'm like, no, it's not, dude. And then they're like, you got to take your mask off, dude. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, you got to. And I'm like, I knew about this already because someone pressed me. You can only do that apparently in the bank or in like
the hospital, yes. In
Yeah,
government spaces, basically.
exactly. And I'm like, and they were like, no, you can't because you're kind of close to the bank right now. And I was like, no, I'm outside, dude. What the heck? And they tried to like get my camera. They tried to stand in front of it. I don't know what they were doing, but clearly they didn't want me to see something. And so I started getting a lot of these filmings, and I was, getting it all sorted. In fact, yesterday is kind of where things started to go sideways, dude. Actually, it was 2 days ago. 3 days ago. I think it was like Thursday night. Like, my uncles and stuff, they're always like, dude, there we go. Wampadati ID. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, come on. They not IDing us with the Lampadati, dude. That's crazy. And they're like, yeah, I'm telling you, dude. And to be honest, like, I do a lot of civilian stuff. So like sometimes, maybe, I thought they was unbelievable, but they were, regrettably, I didn't know this. We were in a vehicle and it was a Lampadati and maybe stolen or something.
Oh no, okay.
And they were driving or whatever, Like maybe we shouldn't have taken the vehicle, whoever it belonged to, probably some dumbass local. But anyways, all of a sudden, we get to pull over. Then there 2 cop, then there 3 cop, then there 4 cop, then there 6 cop. They slamming into us. They're like, get the fuck out, dude. You're gonna die. Like, it was crazy. It was insane. They were trying to like murk us with their vehicles, yo. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what? How? It's just a stolen car, dude. Like, how you gonna return the vehicle if it's stolen if you bust it up? And all of a sudden, I realized like, holy shit, maybe it's true. But I didn't want to believe it. I thought deep down I could still trust the police. But yesterday I would so already I was kind of feeling a little target, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's little Tuggz. He must be doing something illegal or something like that. And
like you're not being given a chance and they're kind of just coming after you.
Yeah. And in fact, like sometimes when I talk to the police and I like say something like, yo, this is happening, they just like, it's like they'll start interrogating me to figure out what crime I must have done, because that's the only reason I would talk to them, type of thing. Like one time, right? I was at Senior Buns and some people, they come to attack me with wenches. And I'm like, oh my God. And I ran into my SUV and started calling 911 over and over and over and over again. And the police finally come after my vehicle smoking, and I thought I was gonna die. And they start laughing that it happened to me.
So there's something I've noticed, and first of all, I want you to know that everything you're feeling so far is exceptionally valid. You seem, I will admit, while I only have one side of the story, I do have, some experience with police being, shall we say, overzealous in their
Yeah.
duties, and you seem pretty hard done by, especially the last couple of days. But let's talk a little bit about how you got shot last night with your
Oh,
hands up in the
yeah.
back.
So
That's a big one.
I was at my friend's house, um, Monte Bank, and like he was doing like some kind of event over there. And, we were like, this is going to be so cool. There was like 20, 30 people, and it was pretty cool what he was doing. All of a sudden, we hear these sirens, right? And, we go take a look. There's all these cop cars. I took out my camera, because I always wanted to record this stuff. Because you never know what's going to happen. And I stay in back, and this old man, I forgot what his name is, was getting chased. And they chase him over the backyards and everything into the convenience store on Strawberry, the Grove Street gas station one. And
Okay.
all of a sudden the guy drive off on the vehicle, and I'm on like kind of the side, by the wall. And this police SUV goes and completely runs me over. I don't mean like he bumped me. I don't mean like he tapped me. I mean literally the middle part of the vehicle hit me and drove over me right down the middle of the vehicle with the camera in my hand and everything. And then the cop just drove off like nothing happened, dude. And only one cop stayed behind, and he was like, yo, are you okay, dude? Everything. He got me medical. My back was busted. My camera would like rip to my hand and whatever. And they made me give a statement to another police officer. And, that police officer, he said his name was Officer Tips. But the thing is, like, I was already like, dude, is there another officer I can talk to? Because this Officer Tips, he beat the shit out of this guy that I know named Donnie and, like, stole his DNA or some shit like that, dude.
Okay.
And I'm
So you
like,
gave the statement to Officer Tips, but you wanted to speak to a different officer?
yeah. So, like, he just, like, wasn't having it. Like, he didn't want to be there type shit. I'm just like, they wouldn't give me that option. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I give the thing. And that's when Dimbo, the guy who drove me over, and I know it Dimbo because, like, Officer Adid, the person that, like, stayed behind to make sure I okay, he had was saying, Dimbo, what the fuck, on the radio. So Dimbo show up, and we were like, yo, just wanted to see how you okay. I'm like, no, you wanted to see if I were dead, dude. And I'm like, yo, get out of here, dude. And he's like, no, dude, like, just want to see if you're okay and whatever, dude. This is so funny, dude. And I was like, you could have killed me, dude. And he's like, yeah, well, I had to chase that car, dude. And I'm like, what you mean, dude? You could have killed me and you needed to chase the vehicle? Like, I don't understand, like, what's more important, that you almost murder someone, or like the vehicle you're chasing, dude? It's not like I was like jumping in front of your car or like, whatever. It's like I was on the side. You ran me over, even if it by accident. How you gonna drive off, dude, and be like, yo, got to chase the car, dude? Might have killed someone. Figure that out later, dude. And like he wouldn't understand. And I was just like, yo, fuck this, dude. So I got out of there. And, the doctors, they were like, even like, what the fuck? Like, why would you do that, dude? They were like, kind of like talking shit to him, too. Because, they doctors. They're like, yo, this kid almost died, dude.
Yeah, life above everything.
And then it's like 3 hours later, I'm at the hospital. And I'm bringing my friend to the hospital. Like we're indoor, and he get tweeted. And as we're going in, there's this doctor over there, and like he kind of seemed really sussy, because like he was like, oh, just give me the body. Like I don't know, I don't remember what it was he was saying, but like it made me feel a little uncomfortable. Like, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna bring him to the back, see if there's another doctor type shit. So he get tweeted, whatever. The same doctor, turns out he wasn't actually a doctor. He's outside beating the shit out of all these ladies, dude. And my friend, uh, Tali, is there too, and I'm worried like she gonna get hurt. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You okay, Tali? And then all of a sudden, like Wichot, the guy I brought to the hospital, he started getting attacked by this guy, but like he was about to attack Wichot, and Wichot defended himself, busts him up in the head, and now all of a sudden, and this was like around the corner, and I go over and I see that another guy now is holding up Wichot because he's like, well, yo, why you going through my friend pocket? Wichot was just trying to find out like who the fuck this guy was that murk everybody and try to murk him. And so now this second guy is holding this fake doctor dude that almost killed my friend, and he's like walking off, and I go up and I'm like, yo, what the fuck, dude? Why you holding up my boy, dude? And you holding onto a dude that just murked a bunch of people. Like, what's up, dude? And the guy just like wanted to just like walk away, didn't want to answer anything. So, I like pushed him and he fell over, dude.
Okay.
I pushed him. I was like, yeah, I pushed him because like he had a winch and stuff. And this pussy just like fell down and just like passed out. And I turn around and I hear whoop, 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 whoop. And there was a cop right there. And I was like, oh, shit. Yo, this guy murking everybody, dude. It was self-defense, dude. And also there's someone else inside. And I think he got a gun. And so he's like, okay, yo, but I need you to stay. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. So now I get in the vehicle and I drive up again to him in the car. And I was like, yo, dude, yo, you got to do this. Look at all these people. And he's like, and I thought he was good. So I turned the corner right. And I'm like, oh, man, I'm tired. Yo, do you mind driving? So we swap seats. So now I'm in passenger seat. And we start driving. And then all of a sudden, all these cops are here. And we're like, what the fuck? Why they coming after us type shit, dude? And my friend panicked and he started driving really fast. But they're out of gas. And then I get out and get in my uncle vehicle. And he started driving. But, I don't know what happened, but he crashed the car and flew out. And I'm like scared as shit, right? Like they try to kill me. All this time, like police try to kill me. They're always like looking at me like I'm always doing something illegal. All of a sudden, like there's like a massacre at the hospital and they're all on my ass. I'm like, bro, they're gonna blame me for all this. What the fuck? Like I'm just this is all wasting through my mind. And I'm also remembering like, this Jimbo guy wanting me over and just like not giving a fuck type shit. And I'm just thinking, dude, they're just gonna murk me. So I get out the vehicle. They're like, yo, don't run. We're gonna kill you. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I like put my hands in the air because in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking, there's no way they're gonna shoot me. Like I don't have a weapon. I don't like my hands in the air. Like why would they? They're not gonna shoot me. This isn't like downtown Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And then I start running and I've got my hands in the air and they start blasting, dude. And they shoot me multiple times in the back.
Do you know that person?
Oh, no.
Hey, what are you guys up to?
Hi. We're doing therapy. Is there anything I can help you with?
Yeah, I actually rented out this office space for a game show that I'm hosting.
Oh dear.
Like White Now type shit?
No. You guys can like, how long do you think it is? I can wait. No problem.
I'm telling him I'm trauma dumping right now, dude.
Oh shit.
I just
Yeah, my
got
bad, man.
blasted by the cops with my hands up
What?
with no weapon, dude.
Oh my god. That's terrible. Well, yeah, I
And
don't want
then
to
I
get in the middle
almost
of your
got
thing.
ran over by a cop earlier just going up the normal walkway, and he tried to suggest I tried to get myself killed by walking into his car instead of him wondering like, hey man, maybe I shouldn't be driving 80 miles an hour to a walkway, dude.
Jesus. Yeah, that's shitty police work. Well, I'm sorry you had to deal with
And
that,
then
man.
prior to that, I got ran over by another cop, and he fucked off to chase a vehicle instead of seeing if I was okay, dude.
Oh. Uh wow. I'm really sorry you had to deal with that. But yeah, I don't want to get in the middle of your therapy session. Sorry about that. I'll just be chilling over there. You guys can do your thing.
All right, thank
So
you.
yeah.
Oh my god, this trauma dump is too
Okay,
funny.
so let me make sure I have this right. So you came out of the hospital after dropping a friend off, and there was a person outside beating the absolute snot out of a bunch of other people.
Yeah,
Your friend
with a wench.
with a wrench. Your friend went and knocked the other guy in his ass, and then was held up by, I assume, a friend of the person who was, murking people.
Yeah,
Um,
which we don't
Everybody
even.
kind of
I
backed
didn't
off.
even know is a. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. So
Little
then
details don't
you
matter.
guys, or the cops pulled up, and then you told the cops what you'd seen and thought that was done. And then you got in a car. You guys drove around the corner and swapped seats when a shitload of officers showed up. You got your friend drove away, but you didn't have any gas. So you swapped into your uncle's car. Um, at which point there was a crash, I believe. You got out of the vehicle with no weapon and your hands in the air, and then you began running, and then the cops blasted you.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I was so in shock that I got shot. I stopped, dude, because I'm like, they're gonna asamakut me, dude. They just assume God knows what, and that's when it happened to me. I was lying like in a dream world, dude. I remember waking up to like all the beeping sound in the hospital. Like, little Tuggz, wake up, dude. Oh, wake up, dude. And you when you wake up from a dream, you kind of like remember sometimes a little bit of what happened
Yeah, but it kind of fades pretty quick.
in the dream. I had this realization that I got 10 CG Lampadati ID, dude.
I see.
And I just a civilian. Yo, that gonna be a sick line in my next track, dude.
It kind of is.
So then they
Okay.
brought me back to, you know, they brought me to the police station, and they were like, I was like, why'd you shoot me, dude? I tried to call a lawyer. They wouldn't tell me why they shot me or anything. And they were like, yo, you stabbed someone. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about, dude? I'm like, is there a victim? Like, who is he saying that? They're like, oh no, the guy doesn't remember anything, dude. He's not willing to talk or some shit. And they're like, yeah, you were driving the vehicle. I'm like, no, I wasn't. Like, oh. I'm like, I just pushed the guy. The guy fell over like a putty, dude. And they ended up charging me just for 2 misdemeanor, dude, resisting and like assault. But I didn't plead guilty because we go into court on it.
That's probably a good idea. Okay.
But
Again,
they
I want to
shot
preface
me over this, dude.
They did. They did. I want to preface this again by saying my job here is to be a supportive but neutral third party, and I only have your version of the story. However, again, what you're feeling here, I'm not at all surprised that you tell me your trust in PD is gone. Um, you have had several incidences with different officers over the last, couple of days, and even beyond that. What are you like? What is your goal here? Did you just want to vent because you needed a safe space to do
I don't
so?
know what to
Are
do,
you
dude. I
you
just
don't
want
know what
to
to
be
do?
a civilian. Today I woke up and I did grime and then I did hunting and then I did grime. And even when I went to the grime thing, they're like, yo, the manager there was like, yo, I talked to Officer Suarez. He said you like illegal or something. And he took like 7 web from me, dude.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it depends on what your ultimate goal is. Are you looking to just prove them wrong? Are you looking for revenge? What do you want
I
out of this
just want
whole
to be a
situation?
I just want to be a normal 19-year-old, dude.
Oh my, you're very young. Okay. Um, here's my recommendation. Uh,
You know
first of
one
all,
time,
yes.
you know my
Go ahead.
first
Go ahead.
interaction with the police? I had just flown into the city. It had been like 2 days. I was on a yacht with one of my fans before I found out that what yachting actually was about, and I got the fuck out of there. I decided, I can't fly back to Los Santos, and so I rented a vehicle with the little money I had left because I lost a lot of it, um, on like FTX. And so, anyways, I'm driving the Seminole, and I get pulled over from the vehicle, and Officer Suarez drive up, and he would like, yo, what's going on, dude? You know, I'm like, yo, not too much, dude. What's up? He's like, yo, dude, do you want to, like, yo, I'm going to write you all these tickets. Can I see your ID? I'm like, okay, dude. Give him the ID. He take the ID. He come back and he's like, yo, this ID from 2023. I'm like, oh, yeah, they gave it to me off the plane, dude. I didn't even notice because, like, I just flew in, like, yesterday. He's like, yeah, and you were, like, weaving in and out of traffic. You ran the red light. You were going, like, 2 miles over the speed limit. And I'm like, bro, like, yo, can I get like a warning or something? Like, like I just got here, just like, like my bad, whatever, dude. They come back and he's like, no, I'm pushing all these charges, dude. And I'm going easy on you because, even though you got the ID wrong. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, you ain't gonna even cut me like one break, dude. We just like met type shit. And yeah, looking back at it, Wami and Taco was in the car with me, dude.
Yeah.
Holy
So
shit, it started the moment I got around, dude. Fucking, this is so.
yeah. So CG and the cops in the city have a very
Chad, this
storied
is entirely
past, shall we
IC.
say? Um,
Don't get
so
weird
again,
about it.
unfortunately, I'm not terribly surprised. However, I think there's something I'd like to point out. And this is something I try to point out anytime I deal with somebody who's having issues with the cops. The PD on its own as a system is fundamentally flawed.
And it's fucking
Um,
hilarious. Yeah.
it is far too easy for bad actors, for people who have continual issues with civilians, to stay in their positions of power. However, that does not mean the entirety of PD should be discounted as terrible people or untrustworthy.
No,
I find
there's a
that.
lot of
Go ahead.
them that I fuck with. Like Adid, he's always like making sure like we good. Like he the one who stayed back.
Hmm.
In fact, that situation I mentioned about Senior Bun, he was the only officer that make sure that civilian wasn't dying, dude. And the rest of them fucked off. There's like who else? There's like a couple others that the Louise Campbell.
She's a good one. Yep.
Yeah. There's like a couple, but I don't know, some of them is just like they look at me and they're like, oh yeah, if he's not doing crime right now, he's about to do some crime, dude.
Every kind of faction, government, criminal, civilian, is always going to have a couple of, quote unquote, bad apples or bad actors. And it doesn't necessarily mean it makes them bad people. However, they tend to let their prejudice, in this case, perhaps that they're prejudiced against your relations to CG clouds their judgment. Anybody who hangs out with CG has to be a criminal, and so therefore we will treat them like a criminal. However, I don't think they realize that by doing that, they're kind of boxing you into a corner where eventually you're going to snap and then you will become a criminal.
I was thinking about blowing up the police department today.
Well, I'm very glad you didn't. I'm glad you called me instead.
Yeah. I didn't want to blow it up. It felt like it was the only option I had left, dude.
Like you're so frustrated and you have no other recourse. Like violence seems the only option, right?
I'm just thinking, like, if they're willing to hurt me, they're willing to work others, and I have to stop it, dude.
Well, there's a couple ways we can do that, and we can go about it legally. There's the new Civilian Oversight Board, whose job is to oversee all government factions, and I think they would be rather interested in your story as well as your footage. I do think it's a good idea for you to take your charges to court. That way, you can have a neutral third party hear it out and determine whether the PD did anything wrong. And in the future, I kind of want you to focus on the cops that you do in fact trust, because I do like to think that the good cops do outnumber the bad. It's just unfortunately the bad are a lot louder than the good. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think the best way for you to get your revenge on the cops is to prove them wrong, because Lord knows a lot of those cops fucking hate being wrong.
Yeah, kind of like what happened to me at the courthouse, dude. It wasn't like,
Mhm.
yo, my bad, dude. Like, are you okay? Sorry about that. We're just in a chase. It was like, what are you doing trying to, like, it looks like you're trying to, like, get killed by me by walking in front of my car, like, tight shit, dude. Like, bro, how am I?
Yes.
I'm the victim here, dude. How are you the victim inside the car, dude?
And that kind of just proves my point in that the best way for you to kind of stick it to them is to prove that they are wrong. I'm not saying that you feeling violent is wrong. In fact, it's incredibly normal. I'm saying I'm very proud of the fact that you chose to go with a non-violent outlet, come to speak with me, or even if you had gone out and trashed a car, or I don't know, gone skeet shooting or gone hunting and taken your aggression out that way, so long as it didn't veer into animal cruelty, that those are all appropriate coping mechanisms. And again, that proves them wrong and that you are in fact the better person in that instance.
Yeah.
And I know it's frustrating. I know it can seem like you are banging your head against a wall and you are trapped between both the unstoppable force and the unmovable object that are a PD and the DOJ. Um, However, I find that if you don't rise to their bait, PD also gets bored pretty freaking quickly. So if the next time they pull you over and they're like, "Oh, it's a little Tug, I'm gonna try and fuck with them," just be polite, be cooperative. You don't have anything to hide. You're just a 19-year-old getting on with your life.
Yeah. Um, there was another incident that actually happened 2 days ago. I just remembered. Was it yesterday or the day before that on Friday? I was doing my
Friday would have been day before yesterday.
yeah. I was doing grime and I had a package I had to pick up at the clothing store by the police department, and I go in to get the package, and this dude pull a gun out on me, dude. Well, it looked like a lady, but listen, I am not judging. I don't. If there was someone there
Yeah.
and they pulled a gun, and I was like, what the fuck? And I called 911, dude, and this guy gets on radio, and he's like, yo, don't answer that or something. And immediately I'm like, what the heck is this, dude? And I took a photo, and I keep calling 911, and then this guy gets into, or lady, it looked like Siobhan Fitzpatrick with like a beard.
Oh dear. I think that might have been McNulty dressed as Siobhan. I
Ye-
did see him running around doing that while I
Yeah,
was towing.
I think it was him, and he, but I didn't know that, right? Like, and I just thinking like this guy like pulling a gun on me type shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, it's, oh my God, like something's gonna happen type shit. I'm over here. I got my grime truck. I got a package in my hand, dude. Why you pulling the gun on me? And then, you know, he like starts running around like he got to piss his pants or something. He jump into the vehicle and walking. I'm like, where you going, dude? I'm calling 911, dude. Like, yo, you can't just leave, dude. And then he starts driving off and I'm like running after him, like, hey, dude, I need to know like what's the heck's going on? Is this, are you stealing this cop car? And I 911 again, and then another cop come in a SUV, like probably for the call. It was, what the fuck is his name? His name is like Rose. Shit, I don't remember what his name is. He's like brown hair and something. He drive up and like, this is like, I know he's been around for a minute because I've seen him around. But anyways, like he come up and I'm like, yo, and I start screaming. I'm like, yo, help, dude. And as I'm running to him with a package in my hand, mind you, he starts reversing the vehicle, dude. Like I'm gonna shoot him up or something. Like I'm over here calling 911. They know what my name is, dude. It show up on the caller ID. I know because I see it too. And the guy's reversing. I'm a victim here calling 911, and this police guy, what, I don't know what he's thinking, but like, how you gonna be reversing? Finally, I catch up to the vehicle, and I'm like, yo, dude, I need to, that guy did this and that. And he's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. Like, yeah, whatever, dude. I'm like, yo, I need to file a police report. And he's like, nah, I don't think so. And he drove off, dude.
Jeez. In the future,
I don't know
if you
what I
want to
did,
file
dude.
a report,
I'm just
I would speak
resisting.
to a. Yeah, like I said, I believe. I think Shift Two as a collective kind of has PTSD surrounding certain things. I've definitely dealt with my fair share of what you're describing. Um, yeah, in the future, dispatchers are your friends. There are several more of them now than I believe there were a couple weeks ago. I believe they just went on a hiring spree, and they will always take reports. Um, Again, as of last night, we now have our civilian oversight board. There is also a chief of police now. I don't know if there's an assistant chief yet. I don't know if that's been voted on. Those are really good. You could also speak to a Malcolm Nakota, who I believe is the police liaison to the city council. I'm not necessarily sure what he can do directly, but he also might be able to point you in the correct direction. And they tend to do those kinds of Q&As at City Hall every now and then.
Okay. This is so difficult, Like, I'm just worried that if I go back out there, I'm just doing grime. I might accidentally bump into a cop and they get out the vehicle and start shooting me in the face.
Let me put this into perspective for you here. I am a reformed. I don't think I ever technically achieved the title of serial killer, but it was a very close thing.
What the
So I've definitely dealt with my fair share of the cops being, shall we say, leery.
Yeah.
Of me just going about my life. Very many of them are skeptical about my turnaround. So I understand the difficulties of just trying to live your life and prove them wrong.
Yeah.
I absolutely believe that you will continue to prove them wrong as you have done. Keep on filming. I would also apprise yourself of the recording laws in Los Santos because not only do you have the First Amendment rights, but there is also additional recording laws in Los Santos that I believe it's a one-party consent state.
Yeah.
So I would apprise yourself of those as well, and I would just keep doing what you're doing. Maybe see if you could get into like. Ever thought about like running an event or something?
Um.
With the goal in that in mind there being putting your public image out there, showing that you are again a law-abiding citizen who wants nothing more than to add to the wonder of this city.
Yeah. You know
Could be
what?
something to look into.
Yeah. I might do that.
You have all kinds of options, and you seem like a smart kid. I think you will be just fine.
Yeah, I hope so, dude.
All right. If you have any continued issues, or if you start having issues sleeping, or you start having trauma responses to anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can go ahead and save my number. Shoot me a text with your name. I'm available most nights. I'm always in the yellow pages, so if you see me, please don't hesitate to call.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
All right. Do you need to be driven anywhere?
Um. Yeah. Yeah, to the Guime.
All right. Come on. Ugh. All right. Let's put you through the door.
Uh-oh.
All right, now just there we go. Perfect. Room's all yours, fella. Thank you. I've never actually been up here. This is quite nice.
Yeah. It's nice, especially like at the nighttime, cause like a lot of places are like really dark.